Our serviceship might be a little more unique in that it really dealt more with people than with doing things. Initially, the plan was for us to create a marketing plan and a strategic plan for Camp Komeca, which is a Methodist camp just outside of Cozad. Once we got there, we realized that there were some other priorities that the camp and the community had.
So essentially, we listened to the camp and we listened to Cozad, and we put together a plan of how that relationship could be strengthened. I'd read a lot about rural communities and what makes them tick, and I'd read case studies on small towns and what they are doing to turn themselves around.
For Nebraska, I think it's especially important because there are a lot of rural communities. They have big dreams and they have places they want to be and things they want to develop, but sometimes they need somebody to come alongside them. And so RFI is good at either having the resources or the connections, or they have the ability to ask the right questions so that the community can take the next steps that it wants to take.
The biggest thing that has come up for us, mixing our variety of experiences. We both have experiences with Latin American countries, Zimbabwe obviously, and now Nebraska, and especially rural Nebraska, is that these rural communities have a lot of similarities. They love their lifestyle. They all just kind of love where they are, love what they're doing. There's good, and they love the good of it. I think that's kind of uniform all over in rural communities around the world.
Often the miscommunication that happens between people in general isn't what side of the political spectrum you're on, but it often is a divide between urban and rural. And so if we can open up the communication and if we can show the value in rural communities and all that they bring to the table, I think that it just allows communities to thrive.
One thing that is true not only for RFI or for rural Nebraska is the importance of relationships. Nebraska's job market isn't great, but the lifestyle is great, and the relationships are, for example, what brought us here and what has kept us here. I think that might be something to bring into the conversation about how do we capitalize on the relationships for bringing or retaining our talent. When you take things like missions and development projects, one of the biggest benefits isn't really the work that you're doing, it's the solidarity that's built. And so that's one reason why I would recommend this serviceship, is the solidarity that builds between the rural community and some of these students. It's building an understanding of we're in this together. We all want Nebraska to be a better place. We all want our rural communities to be a better place. And that's so solidarity, that understanding of, someone's on my team